Ah, Ghost. They've received quite the mixed reception on the internet, with half of the metal community praising their originality and showmanship, and the other half seeing them as some sort of spooky Nickelback or Scooby-Doo chase music. Well, whatever your opinion on them is, it is undeniable, at time of recording at least, that they are one of the most popular bands on the planet, with a collection of high-charting albums, catchy songs for the casual fan, and even a Grammy Award. But there are some things that you might not know about these satanic Swedes, and after all, that's why shameless clickbait videos like this exist. So without any further introduction, here are 5 things that you didn't know about Ghost. Number 5. Stylistic controversy. It's no secret that Ghost's portrayal of a fictional satanic cult is very tongue-in-cheek, and if it is a secret to you, then I'm afraid I've got some bad news about that prince that you emailed your bank details to. However, this flamboyant and macabre style landed the band in some hot water when trying to record their second album, the name of which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce, in Nashville, Tennessee. The band was unable to find any choral singers that were willing to sing their lyrics, forcing them to record parts of the album in Hollywood instead. The trouble didn't end there though, as the band struggled to find a US manufacturer to press the album due to the inclusion of nudity on its artwork. And as if that wasn't bad enough, a nameless ghoul even revealed that at one point the band's music was banned from all major chain stores, most late-night television shows, and all commercial radio stations in the United States. Since then, though, the country has warmed to them, and they've even made an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Number 4. The lawsuit. More controversy now, as mastermind behind Ghost, Tobias Forge, was sued by 4 former members of the band, names on screen now, over a royalties dispute. The 4 members, who left the band in 2016, sued the frontman, who was in charge of the band's business affairs, in 2017, as they believed him to be withholding financial information and payments from other band members. In a group statement from the 4, they claimed that Forge was, quote, attempting to, in an underhanded and shameless way, transform Ghost from a band into a solo project with hired musicians. Forge denied these claims, stating that, quote, no legal partnership had ever existed between he and his fellow musicians, insisting that they were all paid a fixed salary to uphold and exhibit the band's image as he instructed, stating that Ghost is, was, and always will be a solo project, in the quote, even though I've never wanted it that way. At the end of the day, that is what it is. I mean, I started it in 2006, and no one that was ever in the band in 2016 was even on the first record. Call it solo if you want to, but I call it a project. At time of recording, the lawsuit is still unresolved. Number 3. The Cardinal shall reign. Ghost's frontman position has been taken by a variety of Tobias Forge's skeletal painted identities over the years. There was the original Papa Emeritus that fronted the band from 2008 until 2012, Papa Emeritus 2 that took the reins from 2012 until 2015, and Papa Emeritus 3 who would last from 2015 until 2017. In 2018 though, Ghost introduced their first non-Papa fronting character, a mysterious clergy member known as Cardinal. Cardinal's blend of unique dancing and 80s pop star vibes lends a great deal of freshness to Ghost, and by the look of things, Prequel will not be the last we see of him. Your average garden variety Papa Emeritus tends to last about one full album cycle, which is roughly 18 months, but Forge has stated that the Cardinal will far outlive his predecessors, as he hopes to keep him around for about 5 years. Will we see him become Papa Emeritus 4? Will he remain a Cardinal? Will Tobias Forge just change his mind altogether and give the character the chop at the end of the current album cycle? I'm sure all these questions and more will be answered in the not-so-distant future. Number 2. The creation of the Papa. Remember how in the last entry I said that the skeletal face-painted characters were that of Tobias Forge? Well, that's not strictly true. Because before the introduction of current character Cardinal, try saying that 5 times, the most recognisable part of the Ghost lineup was indeed Papa Emeritus, the satanic priest set on the destruction of government and religious values. And I think he used to paint houses in the summer too. That part was a lie, but so is the idea that Tobias Forge created Papa Emeritus. In fact, Forge confirmed that the character was created in 2005 by a man named Peter Halge, I hope I pronounced that right, who was a former bandmate of a former Ghost member named Martin Persner. Peter allowed the then new Ghost to use the character as he had no intention of using it himself in his own performances, and the rest, as they say, is history. Number 1. Dave Grohl. As you would expect, there have been several lineup changes under Ghost's cloaks over the years, but you'd never know it due to the band's anonymity gimmick. This type of situation can let the rumour mill run rampant, and it did, with many speculating as far back as 2013 that Nirvana drummer and Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl was behind the drum kit for Ghost. Any prolonged involvement that Grohl may have had is still very much up in the air, but it is true that the Ohio-born musician has donned the cloak on at least one occasion. This was confirmed in an interview conducted by former celebrity adrenaline junkie and current son of Ozzy Osbourne, Jack Osbourne, in April of 2014, where a member of the band admitted that Grohl had indeed masqueraded as a nameless ghoul. And yes, this whole entry does exist, just so I could make the pun Dave Ghoul. I'm not sorry. And that's it. If you got something you want to see listed or reviewed, or if you just want to tell me I'm wrong, then let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You've been watching Trash Network. See you next time.